I'm Rosa Mendez, and I'm here at the #1 Long Island broadcast, Monty and Pharaoh. I had the best time ever!
Hey, listen, Daddy, you're listening to the #1 broadcast, Monty and Pharaoh, Daddy, in Long Island. The best pro wrestling broadcast of all time, I think.
Jimmy, I got to tell you, man, it feels good to be back on YouTube. It was quite disappointing what happened to us, but we bounced back fairly quickly.
Well, what else would we do? We're almost at 5,000 subscribers.
Well, speaking of that, man, we need more members.
Okay.
What do you think we need to do to get the people of those 5,000 subscribers to come on and join the team as a Monty and the Pharaoh member?
Nudity is out of the question. Any other ideas?
I don't know, man. I don't know. But what I do have a few ideas.
Well, just like Prel, they should tell 2 friends, and they could tell 2 friends, and so on and so on. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. Check out all our content.
But that's, you know what? That's why you're the star of the show, because guess what? Members get special content. Even we spoke about it. Pharaoh came to me one day and he goes, man, what's the deal? I can't even watch some of these videos because I'm not a member. And I said, there you go, Pharaoh. You got to be a member because this is what the members get. They get free content
Nice.
that none of the other fans that watch this show get.
That's right.
You get free autographs from some of these wonderful stars that come in, right?
Nice.
All you do is you go to the MNP webpage, or right, our own page, and shoot us an email and say, hey, man, I want a picture of Tommy Rich. I want a picture of whatever. And boy, that's on its way.
We give them their choice.
That's right.
We rock.
We do rock.
And you need to rock, too. Join. Yeah.
AEW World Champion MJF will face challenger Adam Cole yesterday. And they wrestled.
Time limit draw.
Thoughts?
Cool. I like the fact
They got me. They got me.
Yeah, no, it's a good matchup. I mean, not for nothing. It's a good matchup. They're both engaging, right? They're both good wrestlers, especially Adam Cole. And we're gonna have to do this again.
Adam Cole.
I love Adam Cole.
I know you do, dude.
I'm
but
sorry,
he is
I do.
So effing small.
I know.
It doesn't work.
But he plays so big.
He does not play big.
He used
this
to.
This one you got wrong.
What about back when we was? He did show at NXT,
No,
and
he
his
didn't.
debut showed how big he can play. You even turned to me when he debuted in AEW. You were like, I got to admit, that was pretty bad.
Well, no, because they were popping
If he's
for him.
booked correctly and pushed correctly, he can play big. I don't think he's been booked very well at all.
He is, dude.
It's,
I got it. I'm telling you.
I'm sorry. I like Adam Cole.
Every time I
Guilty.
see him now,
I'm
I
guilty.
think to myself, does he think back after 2 concussions
Yeah.
and go,
Yeah.
maybe I should have listened to Bruce Pritchard and managed.
Keith Lee.
Right.
Does Keith Lee go, maybe you should have listened to Bruce Pritchard, you jerk? Because look at us both.
Well, there's a couple of ways this could have went in my
don't know.
mind, right? It's like I was thinking about the Grand Wizard, Lou Albano, and Fred Blassie, right?
All right.
And I was thinking about how they were just the main, what you used to call them, and I guess caught on or whatever. Maybe you got it from somewhere else, but they were what they called like the three.
The unholy
three wise
trinity
men.
of
The three wise men.
Yeah, we could say that.
So
but-
I'm listening to that Heyman interview. Did you check that out, the Heyman interview?
No, I did not. No.
You would really enjoy it.
Who interviewed him, can I ask?
Rick Ross.
Okay. All right.
I got it. All right. So everybody was telling me you got to listen to it. This is like one of the most unbelievable interviews.
Okay.
And I listened.
Mm-hmm.
And Heyman, look, we all know Heyman could talk.
Oh, yeah.
And if you didn't think about it, he's probably the greatest manager in the history of pro wrestling.
I'll go with that.
Period. It's over.
I think the resume speaks for itself at this point. Yep.
But he talks about the 3 wise men, and then he talks about when the Grand Wizard passes away, how they bring in Piper, right?
Right.
Kind of changing of the guard.
Right.
Now, Piper, what if Piper had Adam Cole's attitude? It's like, I'm not coming in as a manager.
Right.
I mean, McMahon was right. He brought him in because Piper wasn't that big of a guy, and he had to establish Piper as a talker for Orndorff and Schultz. And then all of a sudden, the legend of Roddy Piper then begins to grow. Not that he wasn't a legend coming in already,
Right.
but for the WWE,
Adam Cole did not do. By the way, I need to point this out.
Go ahead.
Of the three that you mentioned, Blassie, Albano, the Wizard, two of the three were retired wrestlers when they became managers. Freddie Blassie was a great wrestler, a very world-famous wrestler.
Sure,
he
he was.
on major programs back in his day.
Agreed.
In his prime.
Right.
Lou Albano was a tag team champion.
Right.
Lou Albano was a WWF big-time competitor for a long time. The difference between those two and Adam Cole is that Adam Cole didn't want to acknowledge what might be best for his business at that point. So instead, we get Adam Cole with lousy booking, and now he suddenly has a title shot, and it's nice that he does, but I think his booking has been incredibly erratic, and his best days, to me, are clearly in the rearview mirror.
Jay Will says Bobby Heenan was better than Paul.
Bobby Heenan was
Better than Paul E. So I don't know if he's trying to compare to Paul E, WCW, or just say Paul Heyman
Are we
in general.
comparing who we like more, or are we comparing body of work? If we're comparing body of work, it is very hard to, at this point, after decades of Paul Heyman doing what he's been doing as a manager, it's hard to argue that he's not the greatest of all time. As far as who was more magical, that's up for debate. I like Heenan more.
Jason Morning says Bobby Heenan's the best manager.
I love Bobby
Heenan
Heenan.
was fantastic.
He was.
But Paulie, I agree with you. Paulie's body of work.
Look at this at this point.
It's,
Come on.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, come on. Paul Heyman is obviously...
Back to Adam Cole, though.
the fact that he's in the conversation
Adam
should say
Cole
enough.
went to AEW. It's the right place for him because he's small.
Okay.
But overall in his career, we said this months ago
Yeah.
when he signed.
Yeah.
It's like you went there to hang out with your girlfriend, future
and
wife,
your friends.
whatever,
Right.
and your buddies.
Right.
You just, where you had a chance to leave a legacy,
Yeah.
you blew it.
Yeah. I think
Keith
that's right.
Lee could have got himself in shape
Could have.
with Adam Cole, and if Keith Lee didn't work out, Adam Cole would have transferred into being a wrestler. He had to buy his way into the audience.
You know who got it and changed and did exactly what the company asked him to do, and look at him now? And Keith Lee should have done what this guy did. Gunther.
Absolutely.
Imagine what Keith Lee would be looking like right now if he had taken Gunther's attitude and applied it. And possibly have Adam Cole, who would also cop the same proper attitude, managing him. My God, what would we be looking at right now?
Well, you're not
Whoops.
looking at it now.
Yeah, now we're not looking at anything.
Tony Storm beat Sky Blue.
Next, don't